I have I have something I bought at my Hobby Lobby. It's like no, I actually bought it at my spirit shop, but I broke up these incense, like the top, the shavings, and I kind of like took a knife and shaved it off the incense. Like I bought one of those at these Indian gas stations. Those big, long, I've never seen them before, in big, long Indian incense, but they're longer than the typical one. They're not like the short, small ones. They're like the big ones. They're like about a foot long, it seemed, but I bought them and then I took a knife and shaved them off, and then I bought like this wood burner at my local spirit shop, and I broke it off, and I'm going to burn it in this, I guess it's like a burner, but it's like Indian type, but you take the shavings, and they have it in powder form you can buy, but I didn't buy the powder, I couldn't afford it, so I bought it in this burner, and I'm going to light it. Take it. Now we will light. And then get it to your desired degree, and then you blow it out. Ooh, ah. And then there it goes, and then it smokes. And then you just take your top piece and you just put it back over the top, and it just smokes. Smokes, smokes, smokes. And you can kind of like cover the top with the little top bit. Anyway, we have Pure Mood ASMR. And see, I like the little cool smoke effect that it does. It's almost like a little chamber. It's like a chamber pretty much, and then it's like the incense, but it's without the stick, which is cool. Tic tac, tic tac, tic tac, tic tac. So creating something new for ourselves, really highlight something new about ourselves that we didn't know. We gravitate towards the things we don't understand, right? Understand. So we contort, we don't know everything, but we gravitate towards the things we don't completely understand, right? So we have to remain humble in whatever we do in order to see something new for ourselves, something much more greater than our own ways of thinking, ways of perceiving things, ways of even doing things in general. So we love to contort our own ways of thinking, ways of nature. ways of doing things until we really don't understand too much. We keep digressing or progressing, decreasing, progressing either which way. But it's only about when we digress, progress to things that we either don't understand, or we do understand. And most of the time when we progress to only the things that we do understand, feel comfortable nonetheless. And when it's any time, if it's things we don't quite understand, we digress. We turn away, we run away. Because it's always the things that we might not understand. It's the things that make us fear the most. And fear, what I would say, creates a dumb population, creates dumb societies, creates dumb human beings. It downplays our pathological ways of thinking. It downplays what we perceive to be real, but really downplays what we can be more open to learning about. And the things we should be open to learning about are the things that scare us the most, are the things that keep us in bondage in our fears the most, and keep us turning away over and over and over and over again till we slowly die on the inside. Though we don't always know everything, we still digress. We digress because we run away from the things that are most misunderstood. And so forth, we are misunderstood for the things that we misunderstand. We can grow, and not just the things we understand, but the things we don't understand. But the thing is, though, the deeper root of things is, even with the things we don't understand, we run away because it makes us feel uncomfortable. Uncomfortable in the sense that we don't like to feel uncomfortable as human beings, but we are creatures of comfort. We stick to the things we know rather than the things we don't know. And the things that we don't know, we digress towards in such a way where we are not capable of reciprocating back. Because we've never been caught in a situation, but rather we feel caught off guard. Caught off guard. We don't know what to always do with ourselves, so we slowly wither and die due to the fact we kept running from our own pains and our own sufferings, our own selves, to the point we slowly withered away and died. And we never really were taught, learned the lesson we needed to learn within what was given to us. And to the point of it all is getting caught up in things until eventually we lose ourselves and forget who we really are as individuals. forget, but also digressing in such a way we've lost our own humanities, our own morals, our own ways of thinking, until we eventually become nothing. Happens to a lot of people. I've also seen it in my own life, of others around me. But you think of water, for instance. Some water, how it pours into some wells in the world, pours into certain areas in the world. You have water that not only keeps its form, but also stays clear to makes it still be see-through. Even years later, it's still see-through water, like the ocean, a river, a lake, a pond. But then again, you have some water that becomes irrigated, dirty, black, filled with mildew, mold, and then some waters are not like that. Why? Because it was always about going towards the things even though we didn't understand them or misunderstand them, but yet we kept progressing towards them. And yet we stayed crystal clear through it all, just like water. Because we didn't digress and run away from the things that were misunderstood, and the things we didn't quite understand. But we progressed, and even into the unknown of the misunderstood, to finally understand what was at hand. And this is really just the beginning of the human nature itself. Human evolution is really just human nature itself. Human evolution is different in the way people would view it, look at it, beliefs. I think it's just one belief. It was just human beings evolving out from either fish, frogs, or monkeys, but really you could see it in a different way, in a different light, that different forms of evolution really takes place, and you could see it as coming to the realization that gravitating to the things that we mainly run from as human beings, because really it's just built into our human nature to run from it, rather than not always just try to understand it, but really see what it's about, see what you're about, and giving ourselves a new light, new perspective, and keeping our waters crystal clear through it all, instead of just darkening over time, staying black, so on and so forth. What do you do with a person that's not fully healed versus the person who has been healed? And why do the unhealed gravitate towards the healed? I've heard so many messages on this. And it's almost like they're trying to gather the new perspective, a different perspective of their own lives. And then you'll notice something. You'll notice how the unhealed take a different altitude, take a different stance. And some, over time, it begins to change them over time. Others, it doesn't. But really, it comes down to our own choices, of the things that we become to believe, what we believe, in our own free will. Because one of the laws within our universal selves, within the universe, you cannot break, you cannot create, you cannot go against free will within even human beings. It's the number one rule. The number one rule, universal laws, that's the number one universal law within the universe and the world. You cannot go against humanity's free will. Witchcraft will tell you this, the occult tells you this, any religion will tell you the same thing. Humanity's free will and the free will of all human beings is you cannot go against that. We all make our own paths, our own choices. Now, as far as the animal kingdom goes, it's a different story, but as far as the human race goes, the humanity's free will is untouchable. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. So, take plank. Not always are the things you know, but the things you're most curious about, because there's nothing wrong with being curious and asking questions. And as you come to find out, a lot of people, as you grow up, even the things, the people you know, get dumbfounded and stop asking the questions, stop being curious, and turn away from their curiosities. It's almost like rather a programming that has taken place within the human race. Or rather, stay curious, stay positive, and ask questions, because there's nothing wrong at all with this. Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. And so, keep growing. Keep growing, keep growing. Doing great, 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 great. And, it's just like these broken seashells. Broken seashells tell a story. Anything broken tells a story. But consider ourselves broken only to be healed in the end. Only to be healed. Only to be healed. And so on and so forth. Until next time, Paris. Next time, next time, next time, next time, next time.